Hello world, welcome to another coding interview question on Leetcode. So today we're going to solve this question which is counting the number of 1 bits. Given a function that takes unsigned integer and return the number of 1 bits, also known as Hamming distance. So the algorithm for this would be we would actually take a counter and we would check the last bit of the number every time we loop through and if it is 1, we would be incrementing the counter by 1 and we would just do right shift while we are looping through. So in this case, like the number of ones are 3, so the output is 3. There is actually a special case in this one that is considering the negative numbers. When I did for the first time, it just blew my mind because I didn't even know there is a bitwise operator which can actually handle the negative numbers. So look until the end, you will actually notice there is a small change we do for this algorithm so that it works for both positive and negative numbers. So let's start. Let's take a counter. Let's loop through the given number. So every time we increment the counter by checking the last bit of the number. The last bit of the number we get is by doing n%2, and if it is 1, we would actually increment the counter and we would do the right shift of n. So let's see actually will this work. Okay, I forgot to return. Okay, so this did work, but there is a special case which is like negative numbers. Let's take an example of negative number. So this is actually a negative number which is like a signed number. This is a representation of -3. So let's see if this algorithm works for this one. So you can see the algorithm doesn't work. I will say you why. So here for the right shift operation, we are actually doing a bitwise right shift. So there is a difference between right shift as well as right shift with zeros. So this right shift operator, it actually shifts the leftmost bit to 0 for positive numbers, and for negative numbers, it actually the leftmost shift is always kept as 1, which means in this is a negative number. When you're doing the right shift of this one, it actually, instead of adding 0, it actually does 1 because this is a negative number. But when when you keep on doing the right shift, there is no point actually this algorithm stops. It continuously loop throughs, and at some point it actually exits out of space. So what we should do is we should use right shift with zeros so that every time we are performing the right shift operation, the leftmost bit, the LSB, is actually added as 0 instead of 1. So now in this case, for this test case, the algorithm should work. So the time complexity of the algorithm is big of n, and the space complexity is big of 1. Thank you. If you like this video, do support me on Patreon, uh, and hopefully you like this solution, and see you back in another video. Bye.